Breathless, I was aghast when I saw, standing between a full moon and a blinking lamplight, this geezer, all armed. A certain aim he took and felled the swarthy git from Oxton with a deft and subtle chop. I never witnessed, Mike, I swear, such venom and gross form in leather stacked. His coat, stitched and embellished with fine lattice work of studs.
To be more deadly when swung.
No other weapon being handy like.
Armed, you say?
From top to toe. From head to foot.
Then saw you not his face?
He wore his tiffer up.
By Christ, I have been there.
He would have much amazed you.
Very like. Very like.
His face, his rotten, grisly bone, looked like a planet that had been boiled in nuclear wars, or struck by meteors, raised by hurricanes, crisscrossed by deep canals and rank defiles.
Those scars were mute but telling witnesses of battles fought with weapons grim with deadly promise, and fought to bitter ends before the shout of hold enough.
They fought until the streets were strewn with blood. And bits of human flesh did gladden many hearts of sewer rats that night. Also, I heard.
He must be a right ugly bastard.
The face doth resemble the arsehole of an elephant.
A face like that won't launch 1,000 ships, or pull the scrubbers to the beds in Edmonton, Gants Hill or Waltham Cross. So let him have his scars, his medals that he flaunts to wall, to put the shits at any villain that doth take a fancy to him for about a bundle round her back. That don't go down with me, you hear? You scum. You chorus that exaggerate some slimy punk as big in your esteem as you are small.
We were only uttering the like of what we saw. Destruction of the King of Oxton's hardy pack. You know that gruesome mob.
They're brought up hard. Since snot-nosed kids, they never knew the softer life. Electric blankets when you're snug at night from pulling scrubbers.
That's why all those tarts and slags come running to us, panting draws at half-mast when they see a lad from Stamford Hill.
Of course, of course. Their blokes just give them clobberings and pints of crummy bitter.
If they're lucky.
And a game of darts. A kicking if they get in front of Arsenal v Spurs on a wireless on a Saturday. Go! Their day of rest from hauling bricks around the sights. They're not for you. I know you're hard, my royal Mike. The King of Stamford Hill. I've seen you put your dukes through wooden shithouse doors for practice.
But those hands were made for better things. Like dealing royal flush and trump beneath the deck, right? Or unhooking brass, one-handed. Whilst the other, like a subtle snake, seeks other pastures.
Right, so let's forget the fun. Ooh. Let's scour out what muff walks around some streets tonight and drag 'em back to a blaster Stan Kenton or the Duke.
Swallow it, you mean? I'm wearing hideous yellow on my back to strut before a wanton ambling nymph. That's what you see for me, Mike, the King of N16. I'll drown more villains than a mermaid could, deceive more slyly than old Shylock would, and set the murderous Oxton King to school. Can I do this and cannot get his crown? Balls. Where Al Capone I pluck it down. Now listen, men of little faith, beneath my gabardine and poplin shirts, beneath my Crombie satin lion with slanting pockets, the beats, a heart of steel and will of iron. I'll crack open his skull with this. I do 1,000 press-ups every day and 4-arm curls. A score of chin-ups on the bar have made my arms a vice to crush a bear. Just 'cause my mum fed me with bagels, cream cheese and rich borscht, you think I'm a powder puff or soggy stuff. Thus to be shaped to humping ladies' underwear around retailers, or flogging stockings out of a suitcase in Oxford Street, or doing knowledge on a moped with a dream of owning one fat, stinking taxi cab to sit spy and walk with 2 and 3 upon the clock. Where to, sir? That's some ponds. That's not funny! I'm made out!
Let him go!
Know what we're made of? That's the way. I see you now, straining like greyhounds in the slits at Haringey. Let's away! Arm yourselves, me boys. The heat is on. Those that do not fight with us this day will think themselves accursed they were not here. Get chains, mallets, choppers and fine steel. We'll give those evil bastards something to feel. We'll wrap a warning round their skulls. They'll not be straight off streets no more. Our ugly mugs scaring the police horses, causing our pregnant ladies to abort upon sight and smell. No more banter. Let's go. Pell-mell to meet in heaven or hand in hand in hell!
Food for...
Worms, Harry.
Have it away!
It says here, passing up a cup of pool. Last night, violent street gangs clashed, causing revolt and misery. 6 taken in with wounds, 1 fatal, caused by, they say, rough butcher's knives and chains.
It's not safe, Sid, to walk the streets at night. Do you want some more toast for your eggs?
No, that's fine.
Piece more cheese?
Those lousy gits are getting bolder every day. It makes you sick. The youth today. You got some Swiss?
No, only cheddar.
That'll do. The youth today, they don't know what to do but spraunce about.
They're spoiled by overpaying telly.
I should smile. Filth that comes out streaming from the boxing films. Ugh. You couldn't take, like years ago, your family out. Queuing one of 9s and have a laugh. Ice cream from walls and couples.
Choc ices.
Ice lollies.
Vanilla cup.
Chocolate whirl. Where's mine?
Blessings.
He's tearing up and down the aisle. No.
Road to Singapore.
Road to Mandalay.
The Song of the Desert.
Wizard of Oz.
The Red Shoes.
Beautiful. Beautiful. What a picture.
King Kong.
That was a shocker.
A gossip with our friends, all content like. Don't see them anymore.
They don't visit.
You don't ring them.
They don't ring me. I should ring them.
They should ring us.
Hey, Sid, lengthen a sleeve.
Norman's grown out of them taking a seat.
You couldn't put in a new lining, could you?
There's one in hospital still in coma, fighting for his life.
They get what they deserve. What they sow, they reap. They get as good as they give. I shall wait for them. An overstretched elf service and they get a bed at once. I shall let them bleed to death.
He's still a son to some poor mother.
Unwanted bastard to some brass, no doubt. Brought up while waiting for his dad and mum to sink it down the pipes inside. And now and then peek out to see the kid's all right. Buying them a bag of crisps to keep them happy. Makes you sick. That little nose is running. Blue knees and shivering, while Ma does knees up Mother Brown to some Joanna. The West End's now a Kazi. Now you dare not walk the street at night. There's some unsavoury mugger, some huge Schwarzer maybe, takes an eye to you.
What are you looking at?
I'm nervous going to bingo even, and that's only down the road.
Nobody phoned, eh?
No. Shall I ring Rosie? Ask them round for tea on Sunday?
We should ring them. When do they ring us?
You're right, Sid, you're quite right.
Be independent. Don't be proud to be a little independent.
When you're right, you're right. Maybe she rang and we were out.
So did she try again?
This will not go unanswered. He will be avenged.
Eye for an eye.
Tooth for tooth. We had them on the run. They fled beneath our might. But one fell rat draws out a knife to leave his mark behind.
The canker of the netherworld. They are a plague that we must crush, ourselves grow, contaminate by touch.
What's the answer? Blood for blood.
You must strike at the top. Cut off the head. Then the body's dead. Confusion then will spread about. Then we mop up to get into the hornet's nest and kill the king. Not battle in the streets, but plan, concerted, armed attack. He's hard, you say? Invincible to some. But he's only a human like us all with feeling senses. If you kick him, does he not hurt? If you stab him, will he not bleed?
To go into the lion's den, he's begging for it. They'll smell us at a mile. They'll see our homespun, spotless faces, not scabby, lined with tracks like Clapham Junction. They'll suss us out before we're even near and wipe us off the streets.
A little camouflage is what we need. Divest yourselves of your smooth gear and imitate the clobber of that mob. Cheese cutters, football boots, a choke around our neck in white, a black shirt here and there, and dirty ass!
That's great. I'll drink to that. Let's make a ding-dong. Dave's better celebrate this plan. You're all invited. Bring some booze. The bird's laid on. Some slags he pulled from Dalston. Double-hearted keenness. And mad to make acquaintance of you, mate.
Yeah, I double fancy that right on, mate. Yeah, I'll change me knickers. Let's get the booze.
Do not forget what we have said tonight. Don't let this boozer blunt our dreaded purpose.
Nah, we'll speak further on it. Come on, Mike. Let's mix our grief with some small joy. To celebrate destruction of the beast, we'll make our plans tonight and fix the day.
Okay, at the Duke's up we meet. That's on the way.
It was November. The last dead leaves of autumn were falling off the perch. The day was cold as ice. Flawless sky, mind you, like it was washed in days. The pigeons picking at the hardened chunks of dog shit. It's silent, like a Sunday is round here. Mike usually decides to come over. That's so nice. We're sitting watching some old flick on telly or playing Nat King Cole. Or some Brahms. Particularly likes the Fifth by Beethoven. Gets him all worked up, he says, though. Oh, I like dancing, really. To some Latin. We jump around a bit, shake a leg, have a fag or two. A nice chopped suey and some chips. That's good. I'll fancy that, and he'd and half love it as well. I'll get that in a minute. And what else? I think that's all. Oh, come on, Mike, and bloody phone your blooming ball.
You've had too much already,
Come
pal.
on, let's have another. 5 more pints here, Bert.
Alma said she might pop in.
I'm out.
I can't remember when I'm due. Oh, piss. I lost my note of when it's safe. But then suppose he wants to, then what do I do? Oh, never mind. One day won't hurt. Or will it? No, shouldn't think it would. Or would it? Rules are rules, and if you break them, then you take the risk. Oh, men. Much they care. Then they're not supposed to, really. They never do.
You seen Sylph tonight, then?
No, I'm gonna give her the elbow, aren't I?
Oh. I can't go through all that again. No. God forbid. Just can't go back to that vile place and let them into murder part of me again. Like opening your doors to killers in white coats and saying, it's in there, you will be quick. Won't hurt it, will it? No. Not again. Oh, come on, Mike. I'm getting bored hanging around. It's Sunday. Come on, ring your sods. Couldn't resist it, really. He likes that. It's cheeky. Feel funny in the street. Funny and nice at once. To know what's underneath and no one else suspects. How could they? I'll give him a surprise. Just if he wants surprising, that is. It's wearing out. It's not the armed assault like once it was. Then he come at me like I was the last bird in the world. Oh, said he loved me then. After the op, turned all funny for a while.
Here's to a smooth and slick funeral.
Right.
I fancy going up west. I'll treat him to a film. We'll sit in a nice wine bar. Oh, I'd like to meet some people for a change. Just watch them even. Sick of staying in. Oh, come on. Ring me. Please ring.
All know the word of Dave's in?
Yeah.
Please ring.
The score of broken bones and busted snuzzles was a price you paid for being unprepared.
By being unprepared, we was caught out with knickers well and truly down.
They came back for revenge for the almighty pasting that they took.
We were a cinch.
Lucky for you that you were at.
The stroke of fate that did decide by tossing coins, you were the chosen one to buy the cod and chips.
Or else you might have suffered that like fate that marched so painfully upon our undefended loins.
As if poor Harry's precious life was not enough to slate the creature's thirst.
The brute and monstrous thing rose from its lair into the thick, sulphurous night, while we were snoring, gorged appetites like swinish pigs, well bloated and obscene from evening in with favoured bints. Their perfumed limbs enwrapped us like some marble seraphims. The sweetness of their breath so honeydew mellifluous beguiled us with soft porn suggestions, and we unpeeled them like it was a ripened plum. Oh, mango, Sitsuana, or sweet pear, but they were poison fruit. For they had plans. The birds we pulled last night were fronted for attack, were set up to assuage us in our guard by rendering unarmed our finest men.
Horror, horror. I'll tear him all to pieces!
Go!
Unarm me! By heaven, I'll make a corpse of him that lets me. I say, away! I warned you! What did I say? You were seduced by snatch, your watchman fast asleep, his potion drug, no doubt. Allow yourselves to be disarmed, floating in the ether of vile lust, so as not to hear the hobnail boots they always wear, toes still capped in dread. You mugs! What are you? We're friends, like you. I don't need enemies. You were that shrewdy buddy Oxton fiend, who's celebrating now, no doubt, in city arms, carousing with his chinas on. How easy it was, after all. Laughing with loud chortles, whilst the blast of shame sits on our brows like the ill mark of Cain. Now who comes in?
I come unarmed, from Oxton's mighty king, to give a message to he that calls himself the Prince of Darkness, the King of Stamford Hill, or just plain stip it in, mate.
I know him by many names, but those will do. Say what your business is and blow, you emissary from the underworld where sunshine never comes and days are choked in hell's polluted smoke. Say what brings you here to gloat upon your master's cowardice and treachery.
Cut out the patter, man, and just cock an ear to what my honoured master have to spout.
You dare to speak like that, you pint-and-nuts pest!
Let him go.
And wisely said, that you may learn a thing or three. I see you are the governor, so here's the spiel. To cut the wars which doth confuse the citizens of our strife-worn manor. To halt the battles in the Royal Tottenham, which have us banned from dancing with our chicks and making parley with our mates. To cease the clash of skull and iron in our streets, which doth excite old Johnny Law to exercise his tool upon us and bring out the Black Maria like wailing banshee round our council flats. In other words, a one-to-one. Just you and he. You step round the back at some remote deserted track, the Hackney Marshes, or designate a place that you prefer, and I'll pass the message on.
The marshes suits me well. Tell him I'll come.
Upon the stroke of 12, 1 week from now.
I shall be there.
I do not doubt some foul play.
I want a one! It's what I've always dreamed of.
Oh, what if he should lure you to some forbidden trap and there...
What should I fear when now I sense a giant strolling in my veins? Now I could slay whole armies all alone. A one-to-one. I wish there were 100 just like he. A week from now. Till then, sit still, my soul, for the Hackney Marshes will become the bloody sea.
Hackney Marshes! Turn him back and don't and get! 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 Turn him back and don't and get!
Soho's not what it's cut out to be. There was a time when it was fun to walk the streets.
But for the kids, I'd have slipped out long ago.
Birds out on the game. All legal then to stand about. Flaunt themselves all to see.
But how could I leave them? Or support them in a furnished room?
You knew what you were getting. Not that I got.
It's just for them I live. It's for the twinkle in my baby's eye that I can soldier on. Not that he's an angel. That's all I've got.
But for a laugh, you'd ask how much and go up to the next. You pass the time.
Some wives have husbands who's a joy. So proud they entertain and lay a table for their friends on Sunday night. A drink of port and tell some jokes. Silver laid. And lumps of children everywhere.
Where did it go wrong, I asked myself. I showed him how to earn an honest buck.
Their father's proud and bragging the achievements to the world of their most honoured kids. They don't invite us anymore.
I only told him, get out now and graft. Did I do something wrong? To turn into a villain? Lousy sponger, low life that he is. Who comes home when he does. God knows where he's been and what he's done. If he stayed in and copped a book or two, or got a decent job when he was young instead of dancing out all night with stinking oars, no doubt. The filthy mixes with his rifling bad contagion. If he had worked, he's got some brain, he could have been a manager at least of a gentleman's outfitters. Or maybe an accountant. Duck, that's a job. But for that, you need a noodle in your bonds. A pervert for a son. To tell the truth, no blood of mine but hers.
He set him no example if he's bad.
From her and we're spoiling, he's no good.
When did he get a father's love, I ask myself.
What time does emergency ward 10 come on?
7:30.
Turn it on, will you, love?
I fancy going down the Royal.
I double fancy that.
The Mecca is my temple of fate.
Who shall I pull?
Who shall I meet?
Will she be wrapped up like a Christmas treat?
The fireball is turning.
The music starts.
Your eyes survey the crumpet.
And you say, do you want to dance? Do you want to dance?
Do you want to dance?
Yeah.
We slid onto the floor like two seals in a pool, wearing an ashen look on her face, smelling like a perfume counter at Boots. She had a look about her like I couldn't care if you dropped dead. Look, her eyes scanning the other talent, searching out a form. Of course, we don't get too close, just enough to give her a hint of things to come. A lasso of lust waves, encircle her.
He looks like any other with easy grin, street corner pattern. So we dance a bit, and then he says,
You fancy a drink?
as if he bought me for a dance. He looks okay. Nice eyes, love crumbled grey and smoking already for me. Says he don't half fancy taking me home, back to my gate. And I'm squeezed.
Fancy her? Not much, I don't know.
Yeah. Have a gin and it. Lipstick smashed, I'll do my hair. Excuse me.
Thanks, love.
That was nice. Enjoyed that.
Fancy a drink?
Where'd you live?
Oh.
I got to the Kazi, full of geezers doing their barnets and who has who.
I'll take the ugly one, all right?
Yeah? All right. What a cracker.
I didn't get nothing.
And all that. I take the future of England in my hand and ponder a body which seems to me like a shoal of silvery fish were gathered in a net, all wiggling and slivery with her silken skin encasing her incredible form.
Yeah, mind me strides, Mike.
Sorry, Les. Whilst I read what Kilroy's been up to. So after much chat, and I don't know, the night is wearing thin. And I became afeard that unless you yielded to my heartfelt quest, to take our own, that is, these chicks, these panoplies of exquisite and sensual delights will be booked up by other snatch bandits staking out their prey for the night. And if at 12 o'clock I walk home on my Todd Sloane, I will be well and truly choked.
Not tonight. Let it not be tonight.
All right, just to the door.
No. I said not tonight.
Why wait? What makes it better if you wait? It's cold out here. Let's go inside. Our makeup's cracked beneath the light. Our breath steams and snorts.
He should wait. Else I'm just another receptacle to stomp out his butt. Oh, he pushes himself against me. Like I was for him a sanctuary that he was struggling to get into.
Like I was pursued by wolves, and she took my breath away.
And he asked me out next day. And from then on, all I wanted was to be a sacrifice. Like an offering. I can't help it. How often can you feel that? And that's how I felt. And he felt good to me. All of the time and often. Not like the others, but someone wanting someone like me. And now why won't the bastard ring?
Like stepping round the back was what was expected of you. Like a clobbering now and then was mixed up with pulling birds round here for stand-up chavers. Like this very spot where now you very gaily spray your spunk was where 2 nights ago you splattered blood against this very wall. You pulled in passageways, in doorways, in any nook and cranny you'd only exercise your passion in the dark and private. With a bird, or bloke, for violence, or love, or be in love with violence. So when 2 tearaways decide to bundle to inflict some GBH upon each other's form, they might be making love and seeking out the soft parts to inflict upon them some unsightly woe.
So, he decided that it had to be. And so prepared himself for the almighty onslaught. And asked Jarners to be there, in case the others thrust their grubby molars in.
I've seen the brutish thing he has to slay. Fancy his chances? I don't know. I hate to tell my mucker, my best mate, that I might carry in my heart some little doubt.
The other bloke, annihilated last week, was in a coma for some days. Between the sheets he bled and put tubes in both his ears to see if he was leaking red from broken tissues or the brain.
And was it worth it after all? I'd rather be all tucked up and wrapped around a softer creature and face a bunch of fives well clenched. I do not fancy kissing that at all.
But who can undo what has now been done? Or wipe the writing off from the wall? What has to be, will be.
I'm known as the Avenger. When they see me, they do quote. All they see before their runny eyes. A shot pathway to ultraviolet. And a swiftly sensual. They scare before they get here. They tremble at my name. To look upon my place is quite enough to send them packing up. Before they time to clench their sweaty fists to deal out pay. I'm Curly, King of Oxton. And they seek to claim my crown. But the hardest villains are the ones that shoot it. Come tumbling down. So come on, boy, I'm waiting. Oh, here you're on your way. I'm hungry for the blood of victims. I'll need another jerk like you. A mother's boy. You want to slay.
Every day in the morning, when the sun rose like a biscuit beyond a glue factory, quivering in the smoke, I'd get up at 7 and go to work. Mum packed some sandwiches, which would get soggy by the time they were opened. I would crush myself in the tube, and others behind me would crush. We'd all get crushed together, which is all right if you happen to have your leg wedged between the thighs of some raging, fair-skinned, blushing, divine darling. But not if some gentleman from an exotic country of the East was breathing the shit he calls food all over your face. And as the door slid shut, this composite mass of sludgy flesh would wobble like a wall of jelly. Some skinny chubby foot in the door and attempt to weld himself into the compost heap quivering together on a Piccadilly line. Who farted? Was it you? I'd read the latest Phil screwed up. And when the doors opened, no one would move to let anyone in. We were staunch allies in our square foot of space. The doors slid shut and the pack got squirmier. I was thinking about that bundle all the while and making horrible little flickers in my mind about the outcome. Eyes staring into the daily tits, never feel, only ogle. Old ladies gasping a last breath, glaring at some young sod in the seat. And the act advised you on the merits of shorthand, revealing some grotty slag smiling deliriously like an insane gorilla while chewing on an improvised cock drawn by a future Picasso. And I stare all the time at the edge like it was a meditation. While performing frottage against a piece of taffeta, lovely, working as typist in Oxford Street. Oh, no, don't get out yet. I'm not there yet.
You may not be dear, but I am.
Oh, sod it. Oxford Circus and the train heaves us out like a bad case of diarrhea. Then I'm channeled up the elevator, still on me dangle in a briefcase with the squashed up sandwiches. Churned up like a debris of human rejects. Bits of machinery on a conveyor belt, going back for repairing or destroying. And I hoped I'd see that bird again. She was lovely with great gooey eyes. Maybe I'll wait for it tomorrow. When me wake me office in Bond Street, I was the managing director of a firm of wholesale jewellers flogging pearls out of a suitcase in Oxford Street for Christmas. Genuine, free-strung Diamante pearls a quid. Come on, gentlemen, over there. Lady over there. Watch out, there's a Johnny.
Hello, Mike. Wish you luck for tomorrow.
Thanks, Les.
How do you think you'll do?
Very well, thank you, Ted.
You scared?
Not a jot, not a jot. Bet you are.
Don't go, Mike. The goading you on.
What are you doing on a Piccadilly line?
Giving head to accountants in a rush hour.
That's not very nice, is it?
I waited here for you all day Sunday.
That thing's on me mind.
That's what they all say.
Who's they?
I wish I knew.
Yeah.
You going down a Royal tonight?
Can't slim. Got to preserve me strength.
Oh, pity. We had something really dishy lined up for you.
Keep it warm for me under the grill. I'll be back.
You won't.
They're trying to undermine my fierce endeavour.
You could have been an accountant or a manager of a menswear shop.
I'd rather be bounded in a nutshell and count myself king of infinite space.
I shall be with him.
My joy and pride.
If I hadn't caught you,
Jewel of my loins.
he'd still be alive.
The light of my life, the be-all and end-all. The sun in the morning and the stars at night. Where are you going, my son?
For a fight to the death, a battle of honour, distraction of a monster, to kill the plague, to slay a dragon, to defend the weak, to prove my worth, to annihilate the oppressor, to be a mensch, to have a puncher.
Well, wrap up warm. It's bitter out.
Stars, hide your fires. Let night not see my dark and deep desires. Maybe I'll go dancing after all. Take me mind off it. Do you want to dance?
Yeah.
I took her on the floor. The crystal ball smashed the light into a million pieces. A shattered lake at sunrise. The music, well done. Down the floor we skate. I push her thigh with mine like I'm striding through the sea. Our thighs clashing and slicing past each other like huge cathedral bells. Whispering past flesh-encased nylon. Feeling all the time. Knees, pelvis, stomach, hands, fingertips, grip, smell, moving, interlocking fingers, ice flows melting, odors rising from the planet of the flesh, gardens after light showers, hawthorn and wild mimosa, Woolly's best, crushed faggots, lipstick, powder, gin and tonic, all swarming together in one heavenly, nerve-numbing swill. The light stings, the journey is over. The guitar is splattered in acne as the rude knife of light stabs him, crushes his final shattering chord. The ball of fire stops, and I say, thank you very much.
Okay.
Speak again, bright angel.
I think I'll have another gin and it.
You're avoiding your destiny by diversions.
Tomorrow and tomorrow.
I waited in all day for you, Sunday.
I had something on my mind.
Oh, come on home. I'll cook you a nice plate of spags.
I'd rather eat the air, promise crammed.
You must be starving.
I'm preparing myself for the battle on Sat.
Oh, will you come over after?
Yes, long after. If I'm still here.
Are you scared?
Not a jot.
Why are you so mean? You told me you loved me once.
You were the more deceived.
Heaven help him.
Oh, blessed Mike, why art thou not in constant training for the event?
I'll hypnotise the beast and psych him out. Drinks, all round.
Here's to the end of the Oxton King.
Destruction of the stinking dragon.
The ogre falls.
Hideous and most sweet revenge.
The Acne Marshes.
Acne Marshes!
You could have been, had you tried, a dentist, a solicitor.
Or even a representative of a firm of ladies' underwear manufacturers.
Your uncle would help you.
Sure, you would have liked getting into ladies' underwear.
Look at your cousin Willie.
Wife. 3 kids.
House in Collindale.
Detached.
Ford Zodiac.
1,500 a year.
Responsibilities.
Why should I yoke myself to 9 to 5? Stand shoulder to shoulder with a dreary gang that sway together in a tube. Get acquainted with parking meters. What do you do at night between the sheets? Be dreaming mortgages. And oh dear, the telly's on the blink. And we're going to Majorca again this year. You've never raped a virgin day with adrenaline assault upon your senses, but aggravate your spine to walk while grovelling for a buck or two, smiling at your boss. No, that's not for me. I'd rather be a toad and live in a corner of a dungeon for others' uses.
Night and silence. That's what it's all about.
You're right, Curly. The atmosphere is double strong, star-filled. The perfect evening for a fight.
It's what you need. A cobbled street just wet a bit. To give a little image of a broken moon. A yellow lamplight flickering a bit, still lit in gas.
The echo of our studs on lonely streets. The smoke of cigarettes thickening in a blast of light. Like fiery dragons, in our lair we hover, smelling blood. Our 11 wings glistening in the dewy air.
The odd moth hanging about, eyeing up the scene, banging his fretful wings. Oh, let me in, he says, to the hungry flame. Then out it goes, like a light double choked to be so scorched up.
Right burnt up about it, he was.
In just such a manner doth our fretful moth of Stamford Hill bang against the light that we give out. He wants to be let in. And then...
He's as chicken as a chicken coming to a fox. His pants outlined in shit, I hear. The fear has wrenched from out his guts. He desperately wants his diploma, and that is you.
Oh, not disappoint him. I am guaranteed against default. Reckless in my desire to give value fear. No marks upon my well-worn face. I'll make love to him. My caresses will start their long journey in hell. He'll not see it coming. I only feel. He'll whisper, like a gasping lover, to the background of splintering sands as he hears the music of his body's walls snap and crack. So, come on! Scum!
4 teas, Joe.
Sugar.
1 tar.
Got any sandwiches?
Slow down.
Do you suppose it's possible to organise one?
Not now,
Why not?
because it's late.
Go on, don't be a fat pig.
Closing.
Sod you, you slimy middle-aged fart.
I hope you starve. A time will come when nobody comes in this stinking dung heap. Your family condemned to catch rats to eat, while your children crawl in lice and your wife's hair falls out. May your daughters be gang raped by blacks and your house burned down with your kids screaming while you sit here counting your guilt. You stinking piece of dog shit.
All right, I'll make you a sandwich. What do you want?
Roast beef and coleslaw on toasted brown.
Just watch it. Next time you'll go too far and say something you'll regret, okay?
Half hour ago. Mike cut his hair and greased it. He can't grit that to introduce his knee upon Mike's head.
Now that's rude.
We should have been there, we should.
Then why aren't we? In case the others jump him if he's out in front.
I don't know.
You're his mate, aren't you?
So are you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's mad to go. What does it prove? To swallow it's no shame. We know Mike's tough. Ignore those bums, that's what I say.
He'll swallow nothing. So he'll taste nothing bitter in his mouth like us. He goes because he has to. And for us, you know that's true. He goes for you!
I hate to stay in alone. How many others are like me, alone in boxes, waiting for someone, or the phone to ring?
I hope Mike's okay. I haven't seen him since yesterday.
At least you've got the joy of being strong.
Of owning your own body.
Your capitals, your guts.
In your hands, you hold the pleasure of the pine of the Western world.
Hands can be the instruments of life
Or death.
What's it to be?
Either way, you have to choose.
You never had a choice.
You took the only way.
How many times did you want to lash out?
Give vent to what you felt.
The bile that's choked within.
Instead, ate humble pie.
And how often did you want to impress the missus?
Be Charles Atlas and kill the dragon like St. George.
And how often did you tremble in your socks?
Afraid in case you lost.
Or broke a nose?
Ooh, painful.
Damaged an eye even.
There's lots to fear.
How often did you swallow some offence?
A mouthful of slagging vile.
And wish next day.
When safe at home that you had taken chances.
A memory to chat about on wintry nights to all the kids.
Of how you were a hero.
For a while.
How many carry an emblem of some shame?
That gnaws your very vitals.
Some insult not yet purged away.
Imagine what you would have done.
Had you the chance again?
Let him say it once more, you utter. In your dreams.
Too late.
And if you had the chance again?
Wouldn't it have been the same?
But knights are born, not made.
The others stand round and watch.
See you later on, then.
Be birds in the club, Mike.
My mother's sick, Mike.
I don't feel well, Mike.
Gotta fix me scooter, Mike.
Don't let me down, will ya?
Yeah, sure.
What are you doing here?
Aren't you pleased to see me? I had to see you. Wish me luck. Got a little flicker in my guts, I must confess.
Of what?
That and sick all mixed.
Then don't go.
Have to.
Why?
Still, the fates have wrapped me up to be delivered this night. I've got to go. Revenge is one. Strong one for a pal. As for the rest, what else is there to do? Sure, there is always a day that has to come you'd much rather avoid. Postpone, send a card. Please forgive me, but I can't make it this week. You lie in bed and sweat. Hope the daylight never comes. But it's not tomorrow anymore, it's now. The readiness is all. But after, if I'm still around, I'll pop on over.
I wanted more than that. The occasional hello, love, how are you? You busy tonight? Shall I come round? To sit and wait is not my idea of paradise. In case you decide, this is the night that you decide to come. And what do we do? But pass the time until it's time to go. And see ya. Be in touch. You are more keen to see your Hoxton pal. So you can be a tearaway, the king of Stamford Hill. If you gave me as much as you give him, I'd be so happy. If I obsessed you half as much, you give each other all the thrills you are afraid to spill on me. You are in love with him, not me, so go enjoy yourself. Be free. Far easier for a hand to make a fist than hold it open for a caress. Easier for you to smash yourself into his body than to mine. Be a hard man, 'cause hard covers the soft. The soft that's underneath is what you feel. My woman's body tells me its softness breaks down your rocks, can destroy you like water wears down stone. So go to your lover, Mike, go, be alone. And who will put you together again when you're a pile of broken bones?
Thank you very much. I'll bear in mind all what you said. I spit out all my angst, confess my guts. Wished I bit my tongue first before I let those soppy words crawl out my gob. I swear to a doubt I do confess. But that is all no need to make a song and dance. Anyway, I'm here, aren't I? I come to you, don't I? There's no one else. At least you get the best. Sometimes the worst. That's what it's all about! That's how it goes! That's what he spat about in church, even. For better or for... I'm sorry you don't find me your ideal. You never will. You birds are scored in your head. Some geezer all identity kit. And me... never will fit the little pictures that you make. So without more ado, I'll take my leave. Didn't wish me luck even. I don't know. I'm all alone. That's how it goes. Me mates have fled, left me for dead. A most pernicious woman left me too. I need a friend, need someone, something, just to tell it to. Tell me I'm okay, I'm good. Nah, I don't need anyone. I need revenge. That's something to get on with, that's a start. But now, a numbing sickness is sliding down my gut. I force it back. I clench my fist. It feels like jelly, like a baby's paw. If only I had the strength of a kitten, I could win. But that's all right. Whoever was happy before a fight, you're going sick. But once you start, get the first thing in your face, you then forget your problems. Like an actor on the stage, scared shitless in the wings. But once he's on, then he's the king.
Don't go, Mike.
How do you think he'll do?
You're mad to go.
Like me, marshes.
He hits me with an hook. A bolt to fell an ox. Crumble, slow. Then he smashes me with a right. Bah! Now I sway like a drunk, looking for a hold. Then a volley, a hard straight comes whipping out, smashing home. Bah! 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 I go down slow like the Titanic, but grab hold on the way and drag him down, leaking red from all openings. But still, I hold him close. I can't be hit too close. And with my almighty arm, I lock his neck into a vice. Ah! But like he's made of rock, he twists himself from out my grip like some mad, demented bull, snorted, screamed, and kicked. But by this time, I dodge the sledgehammers. We move and circle. It's quiet as a grave. The beast kicks out and I grab his leg and down he fell hard. But of almighty strength, the brute is up again. Sneers and foams, rams his fingers round my throat. The others round about screaming, "Kill the bastard! Tear out his guts! Rip his balls off!" I pull up his wrist, we twist, 4 rolling each, trying to find a hold and lashing out from time to time with knee, elbow, head, boot. Whenever find yourself unoccupied and free for service. We break away, stand streaming like 2 dragons breathing flame. Fighting to the death, waiting for the other to move. Just the sound of breath. Then the beast comes and fast, like to annihilate once and for all. I go flying back, thrown by a mass of hate, and crash down in a welter of straggling, seething flesh, twisted, foaming, heaving, I'm stomped on. Sounds unearthly, I heard. I feel it must end them back. He's on my chest, his fist drawn back in one horrible, almighty gnarl of bone. Brings it crashing down onto my face. Again, and now again. I could hear the sickening crunch, but I protect how I can. Draw energy up from the deep, thrust my hand underneath his jaw, and with the other, smashes it home. Bah! The brute stumbles, pulled off balance. And I'm upon him now, spraying my blood like we were swimming in it. I grip his throat this time. Tight, tighter. After a long time, we topple over, rise up slow, like prehistoric monsters. The beast screaming words, splattered curses, no meaning. He bows low, like to pounce again. I kick. He lands home dead square in the face, and follow up, both hands, working like pumps, like you never saw. No! No! But you wouldn't believe the strength of the brute. Inhuman-like, grinning like a gargoyle. He stands there, says, "Come on! Do something! And charges again, as if my own powers had meant nothing. I saw hopelessness and fear come flooding in as fast as strength was flowing out. We grip each other for a hold, to throw one or other down. I'm losing all belief. I'm down. It's in his back, just to lie here, covering my face. I am kicked. Once. Twice. Feebly attempt to rise. Kicked down again. But fourth time, in his glee, too keen, he misses. Slides over on the blood, slippery deck. I climb up in agony. But do not miss the chance to connect the monster's head with a bone-shattering, well-aimed knee. He stopped him dead, looked surprised, astonished, and for luck, throw all my weight into a right, which crashes open all the doors in his skull. Out go the lights. The Oxton King, killed, toppled over, crashed down in one long, rasping, blood-gurgled moan. Then it was over. He twitched, raised his head, spewed out between his bloody teeth the words, "Nice one," and lay quite still. The others, round about, looked sick and pale, were shattered in their souls. Thought the future looked black. I wiped the blood away, put on me coat. He parted quietly for me when I left. I staggered in a casualty at Hackney Hospital, who fixed me up.
Well done! Oh, welcome home! You got You're the ace!
So where were you? Deserted me, you men of little faith. All mouth and trousers when it comes down to the crunch. You could have shown a face at least. To flunk your menses on the scene should tricky business raise its ugly face. Instead, you wait for news of my impending fate. It's over now. It's done. So what's it all about? I've had enough of this. I'm out.
What the...
My...
Look at your...
Oh, God, what happened to you?
A fight. But I won. I did it.
So, look at you. What do you want? Medal?
No. Just want to tell you. It's the last one I'll have.
So tell me something new.
Leave him, Sid.
He's proud. He comes in here to tell us he's proud.
Yeah, I'm proud. His gang did up little Harry.
Don't give us this talk this time of night. Your gang warfare. A gangster I've got, and he comes in here like he's a hero.
I just wanted to talk to you.
So you talked. What do you want us to do?
Nothing. Just nothing. You miserable lump of complaint. That's all you've done all your life. What else are you good for? Nothing. And you give nothing. I've listened to your miserable snivelling complaints for years. I've had enough of you. A swollen bag of useless opinions like all the old sods like you.
Don't aggravate your father. His ulcer's killing him. Go to bed. Wash your face and go to bed. You don't look well, son.
You've tied yourself to a lump of concrete and he's sinking into the swamp.
And who's complaining?
I am.
Don't worry about me. Go to bed.
Okay.
Tell him in the morning to go. He's got to go. I for once can't take any more, so tell him. Put his house, son, but he's got to get out of this house. I can't take any more of it.
I'll tell him.
Make sure you do.
I will. I said I would.
He's got to go somewhere and do something. Well, I don't want him around anymore, I'm sorry.
In the morning, I'll tell him to go.
Don't soften up and change your mind.
I'll tell him it's best for all of us if he went.
You'll tell him that?
Yeah.
Because this can't go on like this.
I know that.
Then we can have a bit of peace in our old age.
Yeah,
You know what I mean.
of course. I'll tell him in the morning. I'll tell him he must find somewhere else to live and not come back this time.
I did my best.
Yeah.
Didn't I? You sound as if I didn't. Or didn't I or not? Did I show him those ways?
No. I did.
What are you talking about?
From me, he saw that not to fight was to give in. He saw that I never fought back. So he had to.
You'll tell him in the morning to go.
Can't go on like this. Look at me. My nose is out of joint. I can't see straight. I've got no job to speak on. But I won. I won. I beat the beast with my own 2 hands alone. Reached out and defeated what they feared. Conquered my own doubts when sick inside. That's great. So tell me, where to go and what to do. And what's the trick that makes for happy days and nights? The fireside and mates round for Christmas, the wife cooking a bird, a baby going gaga, a colour telly on, a Daimler shining round the front. What did you do to get it? Did you thieve? Stay on at school? Work your loaf? Or inherit some cosy chunk of loot from dear Papa? Go on. Tell me the trick. What's the clue? I need know some answers. Or I'll make me own. You sit comfortably at home and wake up with a grin to toast and eggs. Tell me what you do and how you do it. Never mind. I'll find you out. I'll get the wind on you. I'll break out of this maze and sniff around your pen. I'll be the beast you fear until I get an answer. Straight up I will. You had me do your dirt and stood around the gape while I put down the fears that keep you sleepless in your beds. There'll come another beast. For every one you kill, there'll grow another head.
Don't you worry. We did what we could. He's not so bad. A little wild. But soon he'll find his head. Well then, others will help. The courts, police and magistrates to guide him on the way. Prisons to help persuade and keep society safe. So all in all, he's no real threat to you and me. We keep our noses clean, pay the rent and rates, smile our social smiles, and leave when they call time.
But he's your son.
No son of mine.